Hello everybody, the name's Leon, and welcome to the second part of the Biome House series. And today I'm gonna have my friend Southern Weeb help me in
Yo,
this in this forest biome. And like last time, I will be showing you the ingredients or blocks that we can only use, and we have a bigger assortment. Now there's probably some other woody things we could add, but it's mainly the oak and birch logs and the stone and cobblestone. That's that's mainly the things. And if we go over here, this was the other biome house. If you want to see the creation of this hill, you can go find it and the in my YouTube video list because it was very recent. But with all this said, I guess let's start building. Alright, so as you can see on the left, there's already a birch tree, like a custom birch tree made. That's okay. I should explain that. A Southern Weeb is the one building the trees. Like he already built the one birch tree, and I think in a second he's going to do another birch tree, but I could be wrong. But right now I am doing a framework of the house that I am building today. Now, I don't know, it's a little hard to see, but I used cobblestone to give it a one layer depth. Like I pushed it back a block to to give it more depth and to make it cooler to look at. Now, the second thing I did was add birch on top of this because this is a forest biome, and the forest biome has oak wood and birch wood at our disposal. Now, the second thing I did is work on the floor. I replaced all of it with oak wood. And then if you look to the right of the original custom-made birch tree, or behind the house, there is a taller, flimsier looking one. Now, I forgot to cut out me moving the camera angle, so please, that's my bad, and I could just go cut it out now, but that means I'd have to cut out my overvoice, like the voice over thingy, and I don't want to do that since I am giving information here. Now, if I go quiet for a second, I am sorry. You have to kind of keep a constant motion of what you're talking about, and I'm still trying to get used to that. But as you can see, I used stone brick stairs as the bottom layer, and cobblestone stairs for the rest of it. Now, the framework I did, I am also pretty proud of, but don't, for tips on framework, don't make just a box. And I'll probably make a video on this later, but don't make a box, because boxes aren't really cool to look at. If you just want to add some shape to your box, it makes the build a lot better. Now, the second thing you could do is add depth, but again, if I'm going to talk about that, I'm going to do it in a video. So now that I've got that stuff done, I think I moved the camera to inside. I'm not sure though, because it's been a couple of, oh yeah, okay, so I'm adding some windows right now, because what's wrong with some good windows? And before people say that sand isn't in a forest biome, yes it is. There's little pockets of water that you can find, and yep. So Southern Weeb on the left here is making another custom birch tree, which again, I really love the birch trees he's made. I really like them. Birch trees, if you think of a custom birch tree, you think of it being basey, and then, or not too basey, but it winds up. So that's what he's doing, and then you'll see later that the amazing oak tree we did, but again, that's later. And I added a custom window. If you look on the bottom right, like at the house, I am adding a window there, and instead I did put glass planes in, but I was like, blocks would look a little better, so I used glass block to do that. Since I don't have the Optify mod or anything, it looks a little weird, but I'm not playing on the PC. So yeah. Alright, well, as Southern Weeb is adding in the leaves, I'm pretty sure that I'm working on something in the back. Yeah, okay, so I'm moving inside now. So, now that we moved on the inside, I add some torches, then I move the camera a little to the other side so the torches wouldn't be in y'all's way. And I start decorating the inside of the house with, you know, your basic survival needs. Now, first I added this enchanting table. And since I put the slabs on the bottom half of the block, it didn't want to stick to the bottom in the way, so I have to put slabs on the top there. And I added some chests or barrels on the other. No, I don't think I added anything on the other side of that bookshelf, but I did add your crafting table, your furnace, your anvil. I added your barrels for some storage. I added some chests for the storage, and I realized that you couldn't open that, so I just left it the same. And I added a little bit more chests, and I added a clock right here, which I really like the design of. So if, yeah, I'm searching up for the clock now, I think. Yeah, there we go. Put the clock there, and you'll get a more in-depth tour at the end of this voiceover. But now that we head back outside, there's been a difference. As you can see, Southern Weeb is actually starting on the oak tree, and that I am working on a chimney. And I'm actually playing on my phone for this video, because in order to give y'all a time lapse, at least a good one, I have to play on something else, like on another PlayStation or something. So the chimney is made. I have a campfire, which will be useless in the long run, but I add a little, I think I'm doing that now, I add a little shed in the back because I thought the wall was a little flat, so I added that little shed. Again, you'll see that in the end when I go through a whole tour of it. And Jay, or a Southern Weeb, same person, is touching up more on the oak tree, and these last couple of minutes will be basically finishing the tree. So yeah, again, I really love those birch wood trees, and adding this big fantasy oak tree kind of thing looks really cool. And I'll go into in a video, in one of I don't know, in a video I'm gonna try to give some best tips and tricks I can give for building. I'm not the best builder, but I can still give some tips. So I did move the camera again to get a better look at some of the tree, and I am touching up more of the house. I added a little bit more of a overhang, because I added a little storage room right there. It's only a 1x2 in size, or 2x1 in size, but it does add a little bit of extra storage, so that's cool. Alright, so now that that's happening, Southern Weeb is finishing up the base to where the leaves will go, and that's when I start helping with the tree. As you can see in the bottom right on the base of the tree, I am touching up more on the base of the I'm touching more on the base of the tree. So this is where we build out the tree, and as you can see, the campfire is not going to go up that high for very long, as this tree is pretty massive. Now, I don't know about y'all, but from the first biome house, which is the plains, to the forest biome house, there is a big difference in what you could do. Now, the challenge with this series is that I can only use the blocks found in the biome. For y'all that don't know, that's why I showed it at the beginning of the video, and if you didn't catch on too well, this is where I'm explaining it. So for the plains biome, I could only use, you know, dirt, stone, grass, those types of things. But I can't use wood because wood doesn't spawn in a plains biome. I guess it could, but it'd be very limited. So that's why I can do a lot more with a forest biome, because I can actually add framework and all that. So now we are finished. We're not finishing it, but what you'd want to do for a tree is, after you get your flatness down for the leaves, you want to go under the tree where the trunk is and start adding some more leaves there and act like it's being weighed down. Now this is where you kind of just want to randomly place some some leaves, because you want it to look natural, but at the same time you want it to look natural, but you don't want it to be too natural. Like too random, because if it's too random, then your tree is gonna look like a knot tree. But another thing you want to do is add a difference in leaves. Now, since we're in the forest biome, we can use oak leaves and birch leaves, and that's the only leaves we can use. So yeah, we do that. And a southern weeb had a cool idea to actually add a puddle, like a little puddle in the middle of the tree, and I think we're adding that now. Maybe, I don't know. You'll get a better look at the end. Yeah, see, we're adding in a little puddle that looks really nice with the with the tree, because it adds more fantasy like. But that's where I'm gonna stop with this overlay of a voice, and hopefully y'all enjoy this video. Peace out, guys. Alright guys, hopefully you liked that time lapse. Me and my friend a Southern Weeb we're building this, and we had a lot of fun building it actually. So I'm gonna fly around, quickly show you around. Now the big main staple of this is this massive oak tree, and I think we're both really proud of this. While I was building the inside and everything on my phone on Minecraft, what was I saying? Oh yeah, while I was building the inside and the house, my Southern Weeb was building these trees, which look really nice, by the way. Look at these nice curvy birch trees. I really like them. So yeah, and we got the vines hanging down. The vines should be, yeah, vines are gonna be hanging down from this oak tree as well. But the main thing is, if we head up to this big leaf, it actually holds a pond in the middle here, and it looks really nice. I really like the idea of the pond. But now I guess we should get to the house. But again, I really do like these birch trees. Oh, we got an Enderman spawning. Yeah. By the way, we didn't light this place up at all, so do us a favor and light up this place. And a thing I do want to mention is, this is supposed to be a survival friendly house, but we decided to be like, okay, you know what, we'll go all out, and we built this massive bending oak tree. You don't have to have any of these custom trees at all. You could just have this nice little house. Now again, we only used the ingredients or blocks found in the forest biome, which, you know, right over here there's some sand, there's some stone. So yeah, so if you were thinking that the glass that I used wasn't in the forest biome, then I'm sorry. I don't want to I'm not being mean saying this, but this is a beach biome, but yeah, there is sand in the forest biome. But this place really does look cool. So if we head to the inside, actually, I'm going to show y'all around real quick. I tried to use a lot of depth. I like this window, but I tried to use some depth in this. That's what you mainly want to use when you're building a house. You want to use depth. And if you saw at the beginning of the time lapse, I built framework and then I built a block inside of it. So like right here is the framework, but then you have the walls a block behind it. And then just because I thought some of the walls were flat, I added a bit, like I added this window and I added this little shed right here. And then these two I mainly left for y'all. Maybe you could put another window here or something, but that's completely up to y'all. But if we head on the inside, you can see I didn't decorate this much. You know, you got your window right here. You got your chest storage, then right over here your barrel storage, your beds. I didn't forget those this time. You got your enchanting table and your grindstone, just in case like you enchant it and you're like, oh, I don't want that, and you like put it in, you disenchant it and try again. I got a nice hanging clock, which I really like. Your crafting table, your furnace, your anvil, and that's really all you need for this. And I really enjoyed this. Like, I really enjoyed building this. It didn't take too long to build, but I really did enjoy this. I have a nice little chimney right here. Now what you could do is like mix in this chimney with some stone brick, you know. It makes it look more sturdy, like this, and plus it gives off that nice difference of texture. Or you could add some mossy cobblestone or something. But so a tip I want to give y'all for at least the leaves of the trees is to mix your leaves. Don't leave it as like one set of trees. There's oak leaves and birch leaves, and then we have this nice little pond right here. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, click the like button, click subscribe to join the Leon family, and while we look at this nice little view, I'll talk to you all later.